Tonight, a new CBS 4 investigation uncovers an increase in calls for violent crimes in schools, even as overall calls for police help in Denver schools are down. CBS 4 investigator Katie Weiss talked with students about the district's approach to school security.
It's now been more than a full semester since Denver Public Schools removed police school resource officers and replaced them with an in-house security guard unit instead. But some students tell me those safety patrol officers don't make them feel any safer. And this comes at a time when data is showing that some violent crimes in schools are up.
There has been no change. We're still being targeted. Students are always have to look over their shoulders.
Evelyn Gonzalez Miranda is a sophomore at Abraham Lincoln High School. She and her friends feel targeted by security guards. How safe do you feel while at school?
I don't feel super safe as most kids should be.
But some say security is important because crime is a growing problem. We looked into the numbers for calls for police service to DPS high schools and compared last semester to the fall semesters of 2019 and 2018, since school wasn't in person in 2020. While overall, Denver police were called less to DPS high schools last semester than before, calls for some violent crimes increased. There were 88 sex assault calls in fall 2021 compared to only 37 in the fall 2019. There were 8 assault in progress calls in fall 2021 compared to only 2 in 2019. And 23 concealed weapon calls in fall 2021 compared to 19 in 2019.
Students, community members, parents have mentioned that they have seen an increase of patrol officers in specific schools and specific neighborhoods.
Elizabeth Borciaga is a lead organizer with Movimiento Poder, a group that led the charge to remove SROs and DPS. The group wants the district to remove security guards, too.
There are data that shows that if we actually look and invest in mental health and resources for our students and community members, a lot of the issues of violence and crime would be reduced.
DPS School Board member Tay Anderson says he doesn't support complete removal of security guards from schools.
I believe that there, in all areas of any sort of security enforcement, there needs to be additional training around considering the needs of BIPOC individuals.
DPS says it has hired 15 new social workers this year that are spread across the largest district in the state. Students like Evelyn say there are still long wait lists for counseling in her school. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate accessibility to counselors in your school?
A 4.
And why is that?
Because we're not being supported. Our system has been failing us constantly, and I think that that's why a lot of bad things happen.
Now, the DPS superintendent declined an interview for this story, but the district tells me in a written statement that it recognizes there have been instances in managing discipline where students of color have been negatively impacted. The district says that safety patrol officers undergo regular training to help address inequity. Reporting in Denver, I'm Katie Weiss, covering Colorado First.